We begin tonight at 5 with breaking news. IMPD just released edited body camera video of 2 shootings involving their officers.
Yeah, the first happened back in December on Warman Avenue. That's near Washington Street and South Tibbs.
IMPD says they were called to the area on a shooting. As officers were helping a woman who was shot, they spotted the suspect.
He was 40-year-old Oylan Antunes. IMPD says he fired shots as officers approached him.
Again, was last seen northbound.
Please put the gun down! Put the gun down!
Now, at this point, officers got out of their cars and ran after Antunes. Police say Antunes had a gun and a machete.
And the footage shows the suspect yelling as he ran towards police.
Here's the machete!
Again, this is edited body cam footage that we're receiving. It already looks like a movie. The footage shows officers firing their weapons again after they say Antunes reached for his weapons while he was on the ground.
He died at the hospital.
And the second video IMPD released involves a deadly police shooting from December.
Yeah, the same month, just weeks apart. This happened near the Brookville Road interchange on 465 when police responded to reports of a crash and a man also armed with a machete. The edited body cam and dash cam video released by IMPD appears to show a man holding a long knife. You see it right there.
There it is. Okay, police say the officer got out of the car and the man moved quickly towards the officer. That's when he shot the suspect.
Hey, drop the machete! Drop it! Drop it! Drop it! Drop it! Drop it!
Investigators say the suspect intentionally rammed into another car and attacked a woman in the car with the machete. That's happened before police arrived.
A witness told police the suspect said they were about to witness suicide by cop. Both police shootings are currently being investigated by the Critical Incident Response Team.
They'll also be looked at by the Use of Force Review Board. And now we have reaction to the video of this fight between Lawrence police and a man outside Walmart.
We brought you this video as breaking news right after it was released last night here on 13 News at 5. And now tonight, police use of force experts are evaluating what they see in the body and dash cam video.
Rich Nye is here tonight to share what the experts are saying. And a reminder here, this happened Tuesday afternoon?
Right. So this again was at just outside the Walmart Tuesday afternoon about 4:30. This is on Pendleton Pike when an officer pulled up behind an SUV parked in the emergency fire lane.
I asked former FBI agent and federal prosecutor M. Quentin Williams and IU East criminal justice professor Stephanie Whitehead to review all 5 angles released by Lawrence police. Williams says the man set off the incident by getting out of his SUV.
It's not a good idea to get out of your car when an officer is pulling you over or is coming up to you. Just stay in your car. This person elected to get out of the car, which escalates the situation immediately.
The first officer on the scene ordered the man to stand by his SUV.
The officer really seemed to instigate a lot of the incident.
I don't know who you think I am, but I'm that motherfucker that'll f your night up. What, you got your buddies help you? Nah, but they're here for your protection.
He really didn't do a good job trying to mitigate any of the frustration that the individual obviously had. He really seemed to just aggravate the situation.
Turn around. No, I ain't turning around. Turn around. I'm not turning around.
The heated exchange turned into a physical confrontation. The man appears to strike 2 officers in the tussle and tackle the officer he argued with to the ground.
From the point of non-compliance, everything that happens from that point on is going to be justified. The question is, was it justified in the beginning?
The officer in the argument punched the man several times on the ground.
He definitely needs to be sent for more training. I think he definitely needs to be reprimanded for aggravating the situation. As for the use of force, it's not clear based on that video.
The man involved was released from jail after 2 days and is not facing any charges currently. And the professor that I talked to there believes that he should not face any charges, while the former FBI agent agrees that the officer did not do anything to de-escalate the situation. But he says that 2 officers were definitely assaulted in that video by a non-compliant suspect.
Yeah.
Difficult to watch.
Tough to watch. Thank you, Rich.
And opinions obviously differ.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think everyone agrees, though. You wish it wouldn't have happened at all.
For sure.
Thank you, Rich. All right, tonight a man is facing charges of attempted murder and aggravated battery after a triple shooting at the beginning of the year. It happened near South Arlington and Troy Avenues on January 2nd. 29-year-old Sebastian Jones died in this shooting. The Marion County Prosecutor's Office has already determined his shooting death was in self-defense. However, 21-year-old Hayden Dedrick is now under arrest in the shootings of 2 other men who were hurt. Detectives believe Dedrick fired shots at Jones to protect a friend who was also shot, in addition to a 3rd person a short time later.
Let's take it to Henry County now, where tensions are high in Knightstown today. In one day, the police chief there and 2 council members resigned.
Our Marina Silva spent the day in Henry County town, where she spoke with one of those council members.
3 people all gave their resignations to the town council Thursday night, leaving many people to wonder what's next.
The police chief handed in his resignation letter saying, quote, "I no longer see any benefit to my continued employment with the town of Knightstown, and the unnecessary added stress that has come with it is tiring." In a message to 13 News, he said it is due to ongoing issues with the clerk treasurer and his office. 2 council members also stepped down, Chuck Rhodes and Renee McVeigh. McVeigh spoke with 13 News about why she decided to resign.
There was an unwillingness to find a solution or resolution to the issues that have continued for years with attacking the police department. And it's escalated to the point where we felt like we could no longer sit back and try to serve our community and continue to deal with these issues that other people didn't want to find a resolution to.
Councilmember Kevin Ritchie spoke with 13 News over the phone, saying the 3 remaining council members are working to get this resolved and hire an interim chief and fill the other designated officer positions. He says the town is slated to have 4 to 5 officers.
As for when the next police chief will be announced or who that will be, that hasn't been announced yet. We're going to continue to follow this story. Reporting in Knightstown, Marina Silva, 13 News.
Marina, thank you. We are getting an update tonight on all those problems at the new United States Postal Service hub here in Indy.
Our Lauren Costick's been following this story since the end of last year, and this video shows all the packages that have been piling up in this hub.
Hoosier lawmakers in D.C. have gotten involved in this situation, and we're now learning Representative Jefferson Shreve has met with USPS representatives.
A spokesperson for Shreve says the Postal Service claims the delays are linked to the recent transition from a smaller hub to this much larger 1.2 million square foot hub. Shreve and other members of the Hoosier delegation plan to stay in close contact with the USPS until this problem is resolved.
Gotten a lot of emails from people about this in the last couple of months. All right, let's talk about the weather on this Friday night. The sunshine is out. What a beautiful picture over downtown Indy.
Yes, Fridays always look more beautiful.
That's right.
And it is starting to warm back up as we head into the weekend. Angela's here. She's tracking things for us. Angela, this is what we expected.
It is. We are wrapping up a cold and snowy week on a really nice upswing. Lots of sunshine and temperatures in the upper 20s, close to 30 degrees. We missed getting above freezing today, but that won't be the case as we head into the upcoming weekend. Sunshine right now in Noblesville, 29, 27 Carmel. We have 28 Brown County, sunshine and 29 degrees in Crawfordsville. Operation Basketball in full swing this evening. Not as cold as you head out to a basketball game or to dinner. Still going to need that winter coat. It is still February. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 20s most of the evening. We'll bottom out overnight into the teens, but from there climb into the low 30s tomorrow afternoon, and we will go up from there. Expecting low to mid 30s on Saturday with some sunshine, a mix of sun and clouds, and low to mid 40s on Sunday.
Angela, thank you. As state lawmakers reach the midpoint of this year's legislative session, We're starting to get a clearer picture of some of the bills that could become law. The State Chamber of Commerce weighed in on this today, highlighting progress on issues important to Hoosier businesses. They mentioned childcare costs, housing, road funding, and bills to generate more electricity in Indiana. But they also brought up what they call missed opportunities. And that includes, once again, not raising the state's cigarette tax. Indiana hasn't seen a cigarette tax increase in 17 years. Take a listen here.
We have the 11th highest smoking rate in the country, and that again impacts the productivity of the workforce, healthcare costs, and future economic prosperity in the state. And we know, studies have shown that raising that tax helps address the issue.
And that is one of the issues we talked about this week on our political show, Crossroads Politics. I asked Capitol Chronicle editor and veteran Statehouse reporter Nikki Kelly about it. Has it ever really gotten that much attention in the last 17 years?
Yeah, the House has actually passed it multiple times, and then the Senate won't hear it. So basically what Speaker Houston said this time was, if the Senate wants to start that debate, they can. So in other words, the Senate could add it to the House budget, for instance. A revenue-raising measure has to be in a House bill. But I think he was basically laying down the gauntlet of, we're not going to take that vote again until you guys show us you're serious.
Lots to talk about this week. You can watch Crossroads Politics Sunday morning at 10 or streaming anytime on demand on WTHR Plus. It is a free download on Roku, Fire Stick, or Apple TV.
Hoosier high school athletes will soon be allowed to transfer to another school for athletic reasons.
Yeah, the Indiana High School Athletic Association Executive Committee just approved a change to its transfer rules. So the full board is expected to formally approve the change during a meeting in May, and it'll then go into effect July 1st.
Under the change, a student can transfer one time in the first 3 years of high school with no restrictions on athletic eligibility. Students transferring during senior year would face greater restrictions. 13 News at 5 continues. Tonight, a Hoosier family in mourning.
How they're remembering their loved one, a man who died while he was being held hostage by Hamas. That's ahead at 5:30. First at 5. Putting the Delphi murders in the national spotlight.
We're giving you a sneak peek of the Dateline special you can catch on Channel 13 tonight. Plus, reshaping the federal government.
The thousands of firings now expected after a judge's ruling. That's next.